If you have clicked this video, please do not skip any part because lots of useful information coming your way. Dianabol at 60 milligrams per day represents an advanced bodybuilding dosage that delivers dramatic muscle growth and strength gains while introducing severe health risks. This powerful anabolic steroid, developed in the 1950s, remains popular among experienced users despite its well-documented dangers. When taken at this high dosage, Dianabol profoundly alters multiple physiological systems, creating both the desired performance enhancements and potentially life-threatening complications. Immediate physiological impact. Within hours of the first 60 milligrams dose, Dianabol begins saturating androgen receptors throughout the body. The drug's modified testosterone structure allows it to resist liver breakdown during first-pass metabolism, resulting in rapid absorption and noticeable effects. Users typically report an intense pump during their first workout, with muscles appearing fuller and more vascular due to increased glycogen storage and water retention. Its immediate effect stems from Dianabol's ability to enhance nitrogen retention and stimulate phosphocreatine synthesis in muscle tissue. By the third day of 60 milligrams daily use, protein synthesis rates accelerate dramatically. Muscle cells begin retaining significantly more nitrogen, creating an optimal anabolic environment. At the cellular level, ribosomal activity increases, allowing for faster translation of muscle-building proteins. These biochemical changes manifest physically as rapid weight gain, with many users adding 5 to 8 pounds in the first week alone. Though much of this initial gain represents water retention rather than pure muscle tissue, muscle growth and performance enhancement. The anabolic effects of 60 milligrams Dianabol daily become unmistakable by the second week. Users experience what's often called steroid strength, sudden disproportionate improvements in lifting capacity. Bench press numbers may increase by 30 to 50 pounds almost overnight, while squat and deadlift performance shows similar dramatic improvements. These strength surges result from combined neurological adaptations and enhanced muscle fiber recruitment, along with the psychological boost of knowing the compound is actively working in the system. Muscle hypertrophy becomes visibly apparent by week 3. The deltoids, trapezius, and chest muscles show particularly rapid development due to their high concentration of androgen receptors. Daily weight gain stabilizes at about 1 to 2 pounds of mostly lean tissue per week after the initial water retention phase. The drug's ability to increase collagen synthesis also strengthens connective tissues, though not enough to keep pace with the dramatic strength increases, creating potential injury risks. Hormonal system disruption. Dianabol at 60 milligrams daily wreaks havoc on the endocrine system. Natural testosterone production shuts down completely within 7 to 10 days as the hypothalamic pituitary testicular axis recognizes the overwhelming androgen presence. Luteinizing hormone and follicle-stimulating hormone levels plummet, causing testicular atrophy that becomes visibly apparent within 3 weeks. The testes may shrink to less than half their normal size, as spermatogenesis slows dramatically or stops entirely. Estrogen levels skyrocket due to Dianabol's significant aromatization. At this dosage, estradiol concentrations often triple or quadruple baseline levels, leading to severe water retention, high blood pressure, and almost inevitable gynecomastia development without proper estrogen control. The drug's progestogenic activity further complicates hormonal balance. It's potentially increasing prolactin levels and exacerbating gynecomastia risk. Liver toxicity and metabolic stress. The 60 milligrams daily dose pushes hepatic stress into dangerous territory. Liver enzymes typically elevate to 5 to 8 times normal levels, indicating substantial hepatocyte damage. The 17-alpha-alkylation that allows oral bioavailability becomes a liability at this dosage, as the liver struggles to process the synthetic compound. Bilirubin levels often rise, sometimes causing mild jaundice visible in the eyes or skin. Kupffer cell activity increases as the liver attempts to manage the toxic overload, leading to localized inflammation. Prolonged use at this dosage can cause portal hypertension and early signs of liver fibrosis. The hepatic stress becomes so severe that even with protective supplements like TUDCA or NAC, most users must limit cycles to 6 weeks or less to avoid permanent damage. Cardiovascular system damage. The cardiovascular effects of 60 milligrams Dianabol daily are particularly alarming. Blood pressure frequently rises into hypertensive crisis ranges, requiring medical intervention to prevent stroke or organ damage. The drug's impact on lipid metabolism creates a disastrous profile. HDL cholesterol often drops to single digits, while LDL cholesterol skyrockets, sometimes exceeding 200 milligrams. DL hematocrit levels commonly exceed 55%, creating dangerously thick blood that strains the heart and increases thrombosis risk. Left ventricular hypertrophy develops rapidly as the heart muscle adapts to pump the viscous blood against increased vascular resistance. These changes dramatically elevate risks for myocardial infarction, even in young, otherwise healthy users. Psychological and neurological effects. The neurological impact of high-dose Dianabol use is profound. Androgen receptors in the brain become oversaturated, leading to extreme mood swings, ranging from euphoric aggression to debilitating depression. Many users report roid rage episodes where they lose control of their temper over minor provocations. Sleep architecture becomes severely disrupted, with reduced REM sleep and increased nighttime awakenings. Cognitive function shows paradoxical effects. While focus and motivation in the gym increase, higher reasoning and impulse control often deteriorate. Some users develop mild hypomania, characterized by grandiose thinking and reckless decision-making. The drug's effect on GABA receptors can cause anxiety in some individuals, while others experience unusual calmness before workouts. Physical side effects and aesthetic changes. The androgenic effects of 60 mg Dianabol daily produce noticeable physical changes beyond muscle growth. Sebaceous gland hyperactivity leads to severe acne, particularly on the back and shoulders. Those genetically predisposed to male pattern baldness experience accelerated hair loss, often with permanent follicle damage. Body hair becomes thicker and darker, while facial features may coarsen due to increased bone density in the jaw and brow ridges. Water retention causes facial bloating and distends the abdomen. The combination of visceral fat accumulation and organ enlargement from growth factors creates the characteristic Dianabol gut seen in many high-dose users. Stretch marks proliferate as skin struggles to accommodate rapid muscle growth. Sexual function impact. Despite the high androgen levels, sexual function often suffers at this dosage. Estrogen and prolactin overload can cause erectile dysfunction even with strong libido. Testicular atrophy becomes severe, with many users reporting testicles that disappear into the scrotum. Sperm counts typically drop to 0, rendering users temporarily sterile. The prostate enlarges significantly, sometimes causing urinary obstruction requiring medical intervention. Post-cycle challenges and recovery. Discontinuing 60 mg Dianabol daily presents enormous challenges. Natural testosterone production may take 6 to 12 months to recover, if it recovers at all. Post-cycle therapy requires aggressive protocols including HCG, SER, MIS, and sometimes even low-dose testosterone to bridge the gap until endogenous production resumes. The psychological withdrawal can be devastating, with many users experiencing severe depression, lethargy, and loss of motivation. Physical changes reverse rapidly. Users typically lose 50 to 70% of their cycle gains within 8 weeks as water retention subsides and muscle protein synthesis returns to normal rates. The contrast between on-cycle and off-cycle states leads many users back to steroids, creating dangerous patterns of dependency. Long-term health consequences. Chronic high-dose Dianabol use leads to permanent damage in multiple systems. Liver fibrosis and early cirrhosis become likely with repeated cycles. Cardiovascular damage accumulates silently, with many users developing premature atherosclerosis. Endocrine dysfunction often becomes irreversible, leaving users dependent on testosterone replacement therapy for life. Psychological changes can persist long after discontinuation, particularly in those predisposed to mood disorders. Risk-benefit analysis. While 60 mg Dianabol daily produces extraordinary physical transformations, the health costs are staggering. The muscle and strength gains come at the price of potential organ failure, cardiovascular disease, and permanent hormonal damage. Even with perfect post-cycle therapy and ancillary drug use, some damage at this dosage is inevitable. For most users, the risks far outweigh the benefits. It's making this a dosage range that should only be considered by professional bodybuilders who fully understand and accept the potential consequences. For others, lower doses or alternative compounds with better safety profiles offer more sustainable approaches to performance enhancement.